In this lesson, I'll take a look at the limits that exist. GitHub Actions. All the sessions I've recorded I did using the free profile, which allows you to have 500 MB of storage for files and 2000 minutes of execution. Remember hours. When they were performed, some took 10 seconds, some 15 seconds. So, with the free tariff, you have 2000 minutes, which is quite enough for personal projects. Also on this page, you will find billing information if you use paid plans or if you use more than the free one. To see how much you've already used in your profile, you go to your profile settings, and in the settings, you'll find billing and plans. We select the plans tab, and here we scroll down a bit to see the accents, which means we have 2000 minutes for free. As we can see, we haven't really used much yet because our workflows took just seconds. But you can generate a report to your email for the last 7 days or 30 days, and it will have more detailed information. But as you understand, 2000 minutes for personal use is quite enough. But there's a point to consider. If you're worried that while writing your workflows, some might get stuck in a loop and you won't notice, and you want to prevent them from eating up that time, you can set a special parameter called timeout minutes. This will limit the time available for that job to execute. Well, let's say if you know that this job should run in 10 seconds, you can set a timeout of 1 minute. If for some reason there's an error or it gets stuck in a loop, it will just exit and cancel that job after a minute. It's a really useful thing. Let's work on it a bit in this lesson, so we'll create a small workflow and test this thing out. In the workflow directory, we create a new workflow. I name it, which I very affectionately and lovingly call timeout. I'm starting on Ubuntu, and as I said, I can set it at the job level. I can also set it at the step level. In order to ensure clarity and precision, we should definitely consider setting it at the job level. This approach will help maintain consistency and efficiency. So the timeout minutes parameter takes a value in minutes. I can set a 1 minute timeout for the entire job like this. Next, I'll have some steps. The first step, I'm just writing some step. Next, I'm going to simulate the execution of, for example, 200 seconds, which is more than 1 minute. And this presently ongoing step should fail because we have a 1 minute long timer set at the job level. If those 200 seconds don't finish within that single minute, as you might reasonably anticipate, and they certainly won't, then this particular step, and indeed the entire job, will inevitably result in an outright failure. Let's check this out. Let's go into our repository and wait for this action to complete. As we can see, the execution has already gone over 1 minute. We should expect a cancellation, and here we have the cancellation and the operation has finished. And now let's set this timeout, not at the job level, but at the level of a specific step, because sometimes we only need to limit a particular step. To do this, we remove it from the job level and set it at the step level right here. We're launching AdWord Claw, and it should return exactly the same execution. So this workflow has also completed even though we've moved the conditions down to the step level. Great. But if we set this sleep to 30 seconds, or let's make it even shorter so we don't have to wait long, let's say 10 seconds, then the timeout won't trigger and the whole job will return success. Let's take a look this time. Overall, timeout minutes is a great parameter. 2000 minutes a month for personal projects is more than enough. You probably won't have any issues, but imagine that something has gotten stuck and this time is running out. So we can see that everything is executing successfully right now. The workflow is returning success because it completed in 10 seconds, and the timeout didn't trigger. Basically, that's all for this lesson. I just wanted to show you how you can further secure your instructions by adding this parameter.